Today we are bringing all of the MMA news straight to you with timestamps if you'd like to skip to any part of the video. Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels and welcome back to everything that you missed in MMA this week. This week we go through all of the news and like I just said guys, timestamps will be there if you'd like to skip to any particular part. Let's start off with Nick Diaz teasing a comeback. I want you guys to take a look at this, okay? Because Championship Rounds had this to post and Nick Diaz released new training footage and he's captioned it, "Somebody is going to pay very soon." I saw this on Nick Diaz's Instagram. Nick Diaz was talking about getting a fight for a little while now, and this is really, really crazy because he's actually looking kind of crisp on the bag, but even a 6-year-old Mike Tyson can look crisp on the bag. Nick Diaz is no longer built for fighting, in my opinion. But hey, I would always be here to support Nick Diaz getting back into the octagon. I think it's really cool. I would like to see him get another paycheck, get some love from the fans. I'm actually for a Nick Diaz comeback, but just one more fight against like a Matt Brown. Next up, we have a little bit of an update on Igor Severino and his purse. So of course, we all know the big story from last week. Igor Severino ended up biting Andre Lima in the octagon. So the commission is actually withholding his purse right now, and he's not getting paid. There's a lot of mixed opinions you see on this, and I am personally of the opinion of, what are you doing biting people? No, you don't deserve your money. That's where I'm at, but people are kind of all over the place with that one. Let me know what you think down below, but we don't have an actual answer yet for where that money is going or whether or not he's getting it or what we're waiting for, but as of right now, his purse is being held, and in my opinion, rightfully so. Next up, guys, I actually wasn't going to talk about this, but if you're new to this channel, typically we take a look at every week what has been trending the most on the UFC subreddit, and this was one of the things that has been trending the most, got the most interactions, the most upvotes, people talking about the entire time, and the vast majority of the MMA community has been talking about it. So I want to bring you to this trending post from the UFC subreddit, and it says this: something is really wrong with Conor McGregor in his recent interview for Roadhouse, and this is exactly true. It doesn't really matter what they're saying right here, but you got to take a look at Conor McGregor and his mannerisms here.
Jake's a consummate professional, 75 million.
And I should probably lower that. Sorry about that.
I'm blessed.
Yeah, he's stuttering his words. He's blinking a lot. Jake Gyllenhaal is looking at him like, oh God.
Alongside him, he was patient with me.
Unfortunately, the guy just seems coked out.
And I just took it. You know, we had
like it's really sad to see. Honestly, it's really sad to see, and you see a lot of this from Conor McGregor. Honestly, that's enough. You guys get the gist of it. You don't need to see anymore. But I feel really bad for him. He might be going down the Volkanovski route, and I was thinking about making an entire video about that, where it's like he's not fighting and he's going crazy. I don't know how much we can exactly look into that, but there was another clip, and I'm not going to find it for you right now. There's another clip I saw where he was doing an interview with a girl, and all of a sudden he just did this. And then continue talking like he didn't even do that. Something's wrong with Conor McGregor right now. I feel really bad for him personally, and maybe that's why we're not getting a fight. Who knows? Next up, Brandon Moreno actually announced that he's been taking a break from fighting. We don't know when he's going to come back, but he did say, he was specific in saying that he is not retiring. He's just taking an extended break from fighting. I think that's good personally. He did not look like himself last time around. I don't know if it was a damaged age or if he had something going on in his life, but I just hope he can like hang out with his kids. We know he likes building Legos, so hopefully I think he's made enough money to really afford to do that. Well, obviously, if he's not fighting, if he doesn't have to fight, then that'd be a little bit different, right? But I hope Brandon Moreno just figures things out because he looked like there was something really wrong with him in his last fight. Now, guys, I do want to take you over to Reddit one more time because this one I definitely was going to show, unlike Conor McGregor, because there is this interview from Dana White that went absolutely viral this week, and it's hilarious. You guys got to check this out. So Dana White got mistaken for Joe Rogan by a podcast host. Listen to this.
What's Joe Rogan's dream?
What's Joe Rogan's dream?
Joe Rogan.
I like how Dana's sitting there like, how do I know? How am I supposed to know what Joe Rogan's dream
Dana
is?
White. What's Dana White's dream?
And then she tries to backtrack it.
I think that was Joe Rogan?
I totally did.
She just called me fucking Joe Rogan. You thought I was fucking Joe Rogan?
Yeah, I thought you were Joe
I was
Rogan.
bald
No.
before.
This is where I'm confused about it because she goes, I thought you were Joe Rogan. Like, is she trying to backtrack on it? I don't know. Like, listen to that part again.
Fucking Joe Rogan.
Yeah, I thought you were Joe Rogan.
bald.
No.
Like, I feel like she's trying to make it seem like she's kidding. But I don't know. That's a little bit difficult to tell, but that's just, that's hilarious to me. And this understandably went viral.
Before Joe was ever bald. Okay.
I know.
So Dana was cool before it ever went bald, but that's bad, man. How do you not know who you're interviewing?
What's Joe Rogan's dream?
How do you not know who you're interviewing? I want to take a look at some comments really quick. This is my moment to show Dana White is Joe Rogan. That's actually hilarious. Oh my God. If he didn't change his name right to that. Oh no, Live Joe Rogan reaction right here. Yeah, this guy's already changing their picture to theirs. Oh, I can't repeat that. Oop, 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 oop. Oh my God, was it actually the middle of the podcast? This comment said, LMAO, tell me this was halfway through the podcast. And then OP said it was. She called him Joe in the beginning of this podcast as well. That is crazy. Oh my God, really? Okay, I have to check this out. It's at 2 minutes. We got to check this out.
People see this and don't watch the beginning of the... They're going to be like, the fuck is this guy?
What the heck is he doing?
Yeah.
What happened? Well, you know,
right.
just so people know, we'll keep these cool kicks there so they can see that, like, this is a whole thing.
That
Thank
I actually
you.
showed up with shoes on?
No, you bought in.
Did I miss it?
I was like, okay, how much you want to bet? I had faith that you were going to do it. Seriously, thank you for doing this because I don't know who's, oops, that's not good. I don't know
Did we miss the part?
who's busier
Okay. Oh, who's busier?
in the sports world, right? I mean,
Yeah,
who can
it's
you
great.
think of that's busier than you?
Yeah,
Oh, she didn't call him Joe Rogan, though. She didn't call him Joe Rogan. Let me go back to the 2 minute point.
Thanks, Joe.
now, if
Oh, she said, thanks, Joe. Oh my God, that's crazy. And that hiccup happened in the middle of the show. I didn't know that. That sounded like it was like the first question from the podcast. Oh my God. Sage Steele. And somebody with 2,000 subscribers managed to get Dana White on the show. That's insane. That's insane. Oh my God. Surely Dana White's done with podcasts now, 1 hour and 20 minutes, and she called him Joe Rogan. That's nuts. But this video is going viral because of that. And just this clip in general has been going viral. That's wild, dude. That's absolutely insane. But I spent way too much time on this Dana White interview. Let's get back into the fight news. Let's talk about a little bit of one championship for a second because Chatri ended up donating 20 million baht. And I apologize, guys. I'm not familiar with that currency, to be honest with you. Anyways, 20 million of it to 40 Muay Thai gyms in Thailand. I know from reporting this, I probably should know the currency there, but I don't. So I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. So anyways, that went to 40 Muay Thai gyms in Thailand, which is absolutely incredible. I am a big fan of Chatri. I'm a big fan of Dana White. I'm a big fan of both of those organizations and the people that run them. And that's just another amazing thing to do, especially if you want to bring up Muay Thai fighters and expand the gyms in Thailand. I think that's an incredible thing. Before we get into the fight announcements for this week, guys, and there are a lot of fight announcements that I want to talk about. I want to talk about potential fights. These fights are not announced, not being worked on by the UFC, but when the fighters are kind of starting something, you can kind of get a gauge that the UFC may be paying attention to that. So we have 4 potential fights for you right now. O'Malley said that Merab is next for the title. Peyton Talbot wants to fight again in August. Colby Covington wants to fight at UFC 303 International Fight Week. And Drew Dober wants to fight Paddy Pimblett. I honestly think that would be pretty cool, especially Drew Dober versus Paddy Pimblett. That would be a banger. O'Malley versus Merab is the right fight to make. Peyton Talbot, I don't know who he can return against, but people are pushing him way too much. It shouldn't be Corey Sandhagen. And Colby Covington versus Ian Gary is hopefully the fight they make for International Fight Week. Okay, guys, I want to talk about the fight announcements for this week because it is absolutely insane the amount of fights that we have had announced this week. So I'll start off from the beginning. Adrian Yanez versus Vinicius Salvador on May 18th. Cody Durden versus Carlos Hernandez June 29th. Edson Barboza versus Lerone Murphy May 18th, 5-round main event. Luana Santos versus Maria Agapova July 13th. Carly Judas versus Gabriela Fernandez June 15th. Roman Dolidze versus Anthony Hernandez on June 1st. Julia Polistri versus Josephine Knutson on June 15th. Garrett Armfield versus Brady Hindstand on June 15th. Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev, UFC Saudi Arabia, June 22nd. 5-round main event. The Saudi Arabia card, and they announce more fights for the Saudi Arabia card. This is insane for a fight card. Get this, and it's not even close to being done. Johnny Walker versus Volkan Oezdemir. Sharabut Magomedov versus Igor Peteria. Kelvin Gastelum versus Daniel Rodriguez, and Sergey Pavlovich versus Alexander Volkov. Every single one of those fights are bangers. And by the way, if you're a betting man, Robert Whittaker opened up as an underdog. I think that's nuts. It's a 5-round fight. Khamzat's not finishing him in the first. And Robert Whittaker is going to make him look like an idiot in there. It's going to be very, very easy. Love the fight for Robert Whittaker. And if you're interested, Dana White said that Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat Chimaev is going to be, well, strongly hinted at. He didn't say this, that it's going to be next for the title, which is incredibly exciting. Other than that, Barboza versus Murphy is a banger. Adrian Yanez coming back is very interesting. Anthony Hernandez is always fun to watch, and I cannot wait for that Saudi Arabia card. That is fantastic, and I can't wait to see what else they build that with. But guys, I want to circle back to Peyton Talbot for a little bit because talking about his next fight, the MMA community has been going absolutely crazy and pushing him way too early, just like I mentioned. If you're interested in hearing that, check out this video on screen. I will see you either there or the next video, guys. Take care.